Alright, so there's a Sportsman 7000 generator, gas operated generator, on a 48-inch or 4-foot little platform trailer. It is a Harbor Freight trailer, but it's got a 1-inch plyboard, solid plyboard, not the compressed fiberboard, stuff. So very solid foundation there as a floor for that trailer, and then 2 by 1.5, 1.5 by 6, I guess. I don't know. You can measure that later. As a base, sit on top of that, and the generator's mounted to. You got a couple of toolboxes permanently mounted there. All the lights work. Just do a quick roundabout here. I'm in the shade now, so maybe the camera will pick up, but I don't know. Maybe we needed to stay in the light. But anyway, got my American flag on there, and so. This has been garage kept, ran every 3 to 4 weeks or so. Has a X2 AGM dual purpose battery, so it can be used for marine purposes, deep cell, to run things that run continuously on 12 volts, and also it can be used for cranking, which is what I use it for here. So that also comes with it. So typically when I go to crank this thing, it just takes, put the choke on. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Put the choke on here. Not quite all of that's off. That's all the way on. So I normally put it about there. And then can use the electric start. We will do that. It's going to be quite loud when it cranks up. Typically I wear hearing protection when I do, because it's pretty loud. But so what we're going to do here is we're going to crank. We're going to let it run. And then I'm going to use a multimeter to test each one of these receptacles. So we have the 120 volts here, about 4 of them. Then we have the 120 or 240 combination B017 interconnect there. We'll test that. And then we have a continuous out 12 volts to use for a battery charge only. But we're going to test that with a multimeter as well to make sure we have output there. So anyway, here we go. And I've made sure that the fuel is on. Let's make sure that the fuel is on. Yes, it's pointed down, so it is on. And we'll go full on that just because it has been cold recently. And now it's first warm. I don't know if that has something to do with it. Okay, that was a little difficult to do with one hand while holding the camera, but we did get nominally 120 volts at least, plus or minus, 1% or so. I think they were all plus 1 to 1.5% or so. And then we got 120. See if I can zoom in here. The way this works is it's all off now. I'm just using this as a pointer, but we've got ground here, white or neutral here. So neutral to one side is 120, neutral to the alternate side is 120, and between, I don't know, I'll call A side to B side is 120 plus 120 is 240, and we did get 240 across there. We also got at least 12 volts, which measured up to about 16, which is about what you would see. Just a little hot, I would think, but your alternator or stator, if it's on a outboard engine or something like that, or a four-wheeler or whatever, is going to push anywhere from 14 to 16 or something of that nature to your battery. It's not just going to be a 12 volt nominal. It's going to be something above that. Anyway, I'm not an electrician, but I assume to compensate for consumption of whatever is running. So battery can be charged while it's being utilized as well simultaneously. So anyway, I have used Stay-Bill over the years in this fuel and seafoam each time. I have loaned it to my cousin during the freeze 2 years ago. We had electricity, he did not. He ran this for about a day and a half, 2 days, something of that nature. And he told me, if I remember correctly, he got about 10 hours on 6 gallons of fuel. And this is a 7-gallon tank, but his container was 6 gallons. So they ran 6 gallons at a time. So he got about 10 hours of full run time. And I think they ran lights and small window unit air conditioning, stuff like that. Excuse me, not air conditioning, heaters, space heaters. There we go. So anyway, which is going to be a lot more consumption than just say, compound fluorescent or even incandescent LED lighting, etc. To run in your home. So anyway, that's a quick demonstration of the Sportsman 7000. I think I had a little too much choke on there. Doesn't require, full choke, even though I went to full choke initially and cranked, and you would see that it kind of, boom, 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 like bogged just a little bit. That's because the choke was on. It was quite a bit there. So, let's see, we can actually do another demo. Leave that where it is. And, drop that there. Go ahead and see. This motor does like just a little bit of choke. We put about half or so. Maybe likes full. Let's just go straight full. So it likes straight full on the electric start. So I used to crank this, let's put it to the on. I used to crank this before I had a battery on it, just with this. And now that it's on the trailer, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it won't run off the little stand with us. Ooh. All right, hang on. Give it just a touch. As I recall, when I ran this before I had electric start, it came with electric start, but before I used it and put a battery on it and all that good stuff, I would just turn it to on, and about the second or third pull, it would crank up and run. And what I've noticed over the years is the electric start, I don't know if I've just got a lot of a strong pull or what, but I think ultimately the yield from pulling the hand rope, pull start, is probably a little bit more yield towards cranking than the electric start. So that's something I've noticed over time. Whatever. I don't have a lot of experience with other generators. I've been very pleased with this one. So I don't know. There it is. That's how it is. I don't know if that's medium, good, better, best, or below the line or whatever when you line them all up, at Home Depot or whatever, and say how quick does this crank. I don't know. I don't have that experience, but I do know that this has been a great generator. It's been used a few times during storms. Loaned it to family to use, and they've been very pleased with it. And it's a whole lot to handle without it being on a trailer. It went on this trailer because loading this in the back of a truck is a two grown man job. Very difficult to pull around. This piece right here actually is left over where the handle went, and pulling this thing around via the handle was nearly impossible to go from the truck to the garage, much less go across a big piece of property or something to go behind, if you're camping or whatever. Absolutely impossible. So anyway, it being on this trailer has been made it much more mobile and easy to transport. And if we need it at a certain place, we just hook the Jeep to it, haul it over there, and there you go. It's ready to rock and roll. So anyway, there it is. Demonstration. All the receptacles work. Cranks and runs. I think it does good. So anyway, there it is.